Marla Fernandez, and I am coming on live because I haven't been on live for a while, and I just got interrupted by my husband on the phone. Husbands do that all the time. They interrupt our train of thought. How rude. But I wanted to just let you know what's going on. As you know, I'm a mediator, and as a mediator, I am very good at resolving conflict, everyday individual conflicts, and I can help people facilitate that conversation so you harmonize in your relationship. So if you ever want to give me a try, I do it. I resolve your conflict for free. How about that? But as you know, I'm also on the ballot as a write-in candidate, and I need a little bit of help here, word of mouth. So I'm going to let you know that I could do the same thing and resolve the most complex that we have today in our legislature. Yes, I'm that mediator girl, paralegal, who can build that bridge between the Republicans and the Democrats. So if you're in doubt of the current election and you really don't want to vote for either party, vote for me. And if you're not in my district, every Secretary of State has a list of people that you can actually write into the ballot. And those people are there for a reason, to harmonize and to build that bridge of unity in society. So if you're not satisfied with your Democrat or your Republican candidate, just look on the ballot, look on the Secretary of State's website, and vote your conscience by voting for a candidate that aligns better with your values. Yes, this election is all about values. So if your values aren't completely aligned with the Republican Party, and your values aren't completely aligned with the Democrat Party, there's always some candidate that's going to be available for you to align with and vote for. See? And at least you can actually vote your conscience. You don't have to stay home. Because if you stay home, then your voice isn't heard, and we don't know what you want. And I tell people this because I have to tell you this. I had an epiphany like a few weeks ago, and I used to think that we lived in a triangle here in America, but I was completely wrong. Seriously. I've been homeschooling my son for about 13 years now, and it didn't click until recently that we live in a circle, and in that innermost circle is God, and all of us live for a circle around God, and regardless of who your God is, you're going to circle around God, and so God is going to push outward towards you and govern your behavior. So that's how we live in society. That's how we were created. That's the vision of our founding fathers. And then we created the Constitution. So we circle around the Constitution. And we indirectly consent to be governed by the laws in society, which circle around the Constitution, right? So we have different laws in society that we circle around. And so we have like family laws, which are being perverted by government. And we have church laws, which are also being perverted by government. And we have city laws and county laws and federal laws and state laws. And all these laws, they're being perverted and corrupted by government. And government is circling around on the outer edges of the circle. So we live in a circle, and the government is it pushes inward towards the people who are pushing towards government. So right now we have some people pushing this way and the government pushing this way, playing a tug of war, and we're pushing each other and we're trying to see who wins. And so if the people would all wake up, then we can actually take back our our say in this nation, in this state, in whatever state you're in, and we could push back on government and say, hey, stop usurping my territory. This is my realm. You're supposed to be listening to me. So, people need to wake up because the government is trying to push onto our and overpower our authority. So, we have the ultimate say in what goes on in society. So if we like a law, we don't have to. We could push back and say, no, you're going to repeal that law. So government is trying to push outward and usurp our authority. And we can't let that happen. So because we live in a circle, and that's how our government in America was created. We were created so that we hold our government accountable, but with the Constitution, which is circling around us. Okay, so if the government is infringing on the Constitution, then guess what? You're not doing your job in telling the government what you want. And so this election is the perfect election for you to actually take back your authority and say, you know what, we're not going to vote for either party. We're going to vote for an independent candidate on the ballot that has ballot access. And so the way you do that is by going to your Secretary of State office and you vote for the person who most agrees with you. And if you're in my district, vote for me, because I'm the paralegal mediator who will build that bridge between the Republicans and the Democrats. So write in Marla Fernandez for House District 3 in Colorado. And you can go to my website, Marla Fernandez for House District 3.com. And you can see what I'm all about. And I'm about collaborative representation. Collaborative representation. And you know what's really, really cool? So today after Mass, because I go to Mass, daily Mass, I hopped over to Starbucks. And there was a PTO meeting of parents. And they were gathered around outside talking about education. And I thought, that was wonderful. So I signed in. I gave a couple of parents my card. And then I went inside and grabbed my chai. And I also have to comment that Starbucks is leading the way back to customer service. I have to tell you that I forgot to put milk in my request milk instead of oatmeal milk for my chai. And what I did was they gave me the whole milk, regular milk, and I said, oh crap, is this regular milk? He goes, yeah, I forgot to tell you that I needed oatmeal. And so they made me another one. So I gave them $2 for that service. And so if you want service, instead of denying people the right to serve you, what you do is find the companies that are providing you with the service that you deserve, because you're the ultimate authority in these businesses. If the businesses are not providing you with a service, then you should go and take your business elsewhere. It's you, the one that has to discriminate against businesses, not the businesses discriminating against you. So that's how it works. You're the ultimate authority in society. And so if businesses aren't serving you, why are you continuing to go to that business? So instead of listening to the talking heads on the news and saying, well, we're going to go with liberty, or we're going to go with, no. Serve me. And then I'll decide whether to go with you or not. And it's not about paying less or more. It's about being served. So that's what America's all about. So in business in America, the one who serves you the best gets the tip. The highest tip. The highest tip goes to the best service. And that is how we reward in America. So I just want to let you know that story because I think it was phenomenal. It was like the perfect thing. Oh, and then after the event with the women, the PTO, I was talking to one of the girls, and at church, the funny men put a young man to call all of us women irrational. I thought it was pretty funny. So I decided to test it out because that's how I am. I get chastised by the females all the time because I'm kind of bold. um, so I had this female, and I was telling her about my idea, and she goes, "Oh, we're not about politics." And I'm like, "I'm not saying that I'm not about politics either. I'm about mediation, and collaboration." And they had just finished saying that they're about collaboration, and right there, I could tell you that she wasn't listening. The problem we have in society today is that we don't listen. Everybody thinks that they listen and they hear, but what they do is they hear words and sounds, and it goes in one ear and out the other ear because they're not really listening. And I had to learn this from the African Leadership Group. Yeah, they taught me that I needed to listen, but it wasn't just to be silent. And in being silent, I can listen or hear what I need in order to deliver. So I really thank Papa Day, the African Leadership Group, for teaching me the art of public speaking. It's in listening that we know what to speak. And if you're not listening, then you don't know how to deliver to an audience. That is my lesson for today, because that's what I'm learning on the power of using your voice. Thank you very much. And remember, if you need somebody to help you facilitate your conversation between your husband and wife, hire me for free if you want. If you can afford it, I'm willing to give you a little help for 2 hours. Just give me a call, and I'll help you resolve your conflict so that you can sleep better at night. Thank you. And don't forget to write in Marla Fernandez.